You see, I'm wearing a Phillies jersey and Los Ingobernables, BG. I'm cool as shit through it. By the way, the real pinstripes are on a Phillies jersey, not a Yankee jersey. There you go. Guys, we had to watch Raw.
Your anniversary of your Phillies getting fucking destroyed, actually.
Nah. Don't understand that. It actually would be October, but that's fine. Guys, we are Ring Rust Radio, 2/3 of Ring Rust Radio, the better looking 2/3 of Ring Rust Radio, and we are to discuss Raw because it sure was the go home to WrestleMania. So I assume it was really good. I assume it blew me away, and I assume that me, as a fan on the fence about purchasing the pay-per-view, have now been convinced without a shadow of a doubt to go through with this purchase, spend my $60, my hard-earned money on this pay-per-view.
First off, if you don't have the network, it's free.
Well, first off, I'd like to say that then why did Ronda Rousey say I had to pay $60 to see her perform when she fucking screamed at me that time?
Concussions.
That's not a good thing to say, but I'm fine with it. PG, what are we doing here? I'm just sitting here with my Los Ingobernables shirt and my Phillies fucking championship gear.
Tell you what, that New Japan Ring of Honor show gonna be a lot better than what we saw tonight.
On Wednesday, I will provide you with a list of matches that you need to watch this weekend, and it is legit like super long.
Well,
Hornswoggle's fighting Scott Steiner.
Well, you're live. I'll see everything like 10 seconds before you do.
That is well. You get honestly, of all the shows that I'm very excited for, the two I'm probably most excited for, you're going to. So in that sense, I'm excited for you to go see that shit live because, like I said, we always talk about the match of the year, and it's usually from Takeover WrestleMania.
Yeah,
that's what we've learned. Like they build to that moment, and then if we're talking about New Japan, like this is not their WrestleMania, but as American fans, they're coming into Madison Square Gardens at Ring of Honor. We have New Japan. The idea of we could see title changes. I really do think Okada's going to win the title.
I'll tell you what. It may not be the WrestleMania for New Japan, but Ring of Honor at MSG. This might as well be their WrestleMania.
It most certainly is, and it is not lost on the guys from New Japan too. So I'm very excited for both of those shows. Plus, you have the super shows and the WrestleCon as we always have. So there's a ton of stuff. Josh Barnett is fighting Minoru Suzuki in a ropes-off blood sport fight.
Nice. That's awesome. If you couldn't tell, if you're watching this live right now or on demand, if you couldn't tell, we're here to review the go-home episode of Monday Night Raw for WrestleMania. The reason that we're talking about NXT and New Japan and Ring of Honor is because this episode sucked.
I say that it wasn't the best way to make me want to buy. Like, I literally had a guy I co-work with tell me today, he's like, I need you to sell me on WrestleMania. I want to sit down with wifey when we get back from dinner Sunday. We're going to be home early. Sunday, she's in a Total Diva. He said she's in a Total Divas, and he's been a casual wrestling fan his whole life. So he's like, sell me on it. I said, first off, sell you on it. It's $10 now. Just fucking like, I'll give you my password if you like it. Get it yourself, dude. And that's all you need to do to sell it. But so let's start where we have to start. The women's championship match. Stephanie adds herself to it as an April Fool's joke, but we all know in her heart that's not a joke. She wanted that.
I want that too.
We're getting both titles on the line. So when Becky Lynch wins, she's jacking them both up, baby. And I think that's a cool stipulation. I liked how the 6-woman tag match broke down as exactly as we said it would. They're going to barely coexist until fucking the bell rings, and then they're going to fight each other. And literally, Ronda just started wailing on Charlotte as the bell's ringing. She's like, "Go ahead, ring it, go ahead." There, dude. I love that. Yeah, I love that so much. I love the pull apart. I even love the Rent-A-Cops getting involved. And there is where I think it went from here to like all the way up here for me, because I went back and I watched the SmackDowns and the Raws. Well, I watched the Raws already, but I highlights from the Raws because I literally forgot everything that happened. I was not excited for the build. I felt like they dropped the ball with Becky. I felt like Ronda Rousey's heel turn was good and it was hitting its marks. I feel like Charlotte's hitting her marks as well. So I feel like it was good, but I definitely thought it could have been better. Dropping the Becky ball certainly hurt everything. But with that said, I felt like Monday they added a lot to it with this crazy brawl and everybody getting arrested. I thought the segment of I know, okay, from a perspective of someone who's been put in police cars, I know they're not going to put me in a police car with the guy I'm fighting, right? I get that. But the idea of Becky and Ronda Rousey just staring at each other in the back of the car and then beating the shit out of each other was fantastic. That's a great visual. It's about the moments, you know, it's about the journey, not where we're going. You know what I mean? So I like that moment. I like Ronda stealing a car and smashing a cop car into another cop car. And they're just like, unlock the door. Come on, unlock the door. Like, they're very calm. These police are not good at their job, and it's not a good reflection of Washington, D.C. police at all.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. If you're like the arena or the state, you're like, why? Why did you have to do this to our fucking police force?
Yeah, because it makes the Washington police look like fucking assholes, because it's like they don't know how to do anything. They didn't know how to put her in the car properly. They didn't know. They let Ronda Rousey stay in the car with a broken ass window and get kneed in her face.
The white Linda McMahon on her way out is going to show Trump this video. He's going to fire everybody. This segment was absurd, bro. This segment was so absurd. Michael Cole was awful. Kevin Dunn's fucking camera cuts were pathetic. He didn't know where to go in this segment. Charlotte kneeing Ronda in the face when she's handcuffed, and that was my favorite part. It's just absurd that they were first they understood they were getting arrested, and then they're fighting the cops. It made no sense. I thought Charlotte, she's the queen, right? That's what she portrays herself as. She's like God's gift to everyone. I thought she should have just stood back and like watched them get arrested. Like, look at you morons. That would have been like such a heelish thing.
Yeah, I thought that's what they were going to go with. Because in the ring, I thought one thing we didn't mention that it kind of gets buried in this is when they put Ronda in the handcuffs.
Yeah.
And Becky just sucker punches the shit out of her, dude. It was like, and then she's like, "What? What happened? What?" Those we're still getting a semblance of what we loved before.
And then Ronda comes back while Becky is in the corner getting handcuffed, and she kicks her.
Yeah,
like
awesome.
There are some fun things, but I just thought it was such an absurd segment. Like you and Mike are like all about this. I thought it was just so silly.
No, I agree that it's absurd. I really do. But it's like absurd in like one of those. We always talk about PG. We always talk about how we want the segments where it's like, don't tell me, show me. And they showed us. They gave us 3 women who didn't want to be arrested, who clearly saw that these were like John Wayne Gacy, fake ass cops. Are like, I don't trust you. Fuck you, asshole. And that's why they probably didn't believe him, because it's like they saw the badge to Toys R Us on it. And they're like, fuck that, dude. I'm going to beat your ass. And they did, and they beat the shit out of cops. And of course, it's not real. So it's one of those things where we understand that it's not, and we're enjoying the moment of them kicking the glass out and beating the shit out of each other.
So to your point, though, they weren't like that these are bullshit cops. They accepted, all 3 of them, that they were getting arrested. Not until they're handcuffed and being brought away are they starting to like fuss about this all of a sudden, which is what got me. I was like, why now are you fighting? Why didn't they fight the cops, which is what you usually get from one of these segments? Like all 3 of them banded. They were just on a team, banded together. They fight the cops. Cops are taken out. Now they brawl. It was just to me, everything was about this was weird. Like you said, the build up to this match, which I'm extremely excited for. Don't get me wrong, but the past 4 to 5 weeks, ever since Fastlane, have just been pretty bad, honestly.
Yeah. So they definitely have not been as good. But and with that said. This is the go-home show. Charlotte cut a promo. It was a really good Charlotte promo. She crushed that promo, okay? Mm-hmm. Ronda Rousey did her bit. She talked a little bit slower, but still sped up, did her thing, and it was good. Mm-hmm. Becky cut her promo. Really good promo from Becky as well. Yeah. The match itself, the 6-man match, quick, but exactly what we wanted. The pull apart, we like them sometimes. This one was pretty good. The whole segment backstage, they gave us a backstage vignette. We've been asking for that. Was it perfect? Was it absurd? It was absolutely absurd. It was not perfect, but it was a lot better than I expected. And it has me more excited for WrestleMania. If I was here, I'm here now. And that's just from what happened tonight. That's just honest.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Fair points. I don't think I'm more or less excited from this segment. I've been excited for the match. I do want to get back to the winner-take-all stipulation, which I think is a pretty poor stipulation, to be honest with you, Donnie, because last week we're all like, okay, Charlotte wins the title for no fucking reason on SmackDown, and she beat Asuka for that title. Like, okay, clearly they want to do this segment at the end of the show where all 4 horsewomen have the titles, right? They want to create their own. They don't want people photoshopping their own photo. They want to make their own memory. But now you don't get that, though.
No, but I never feel like that was the plan. If I'm honest with myself, so I didn't watch SmackDown last week until SmackDown. I didn't watch SmackDown until today, right? Now, I, of course, was spoiled because I'm in a text chat with the U2 and fucking George as well, who fucking always yells at us. And what I gather, as soon as you said that Charlotte won the title, I figured that they were going to unify the titles just as they did the tag titles, and they would float wherever they had to float. And when the draft takes place, I feel like the brand split will be, it's already like it's still very much a brand split because it has to be. And when it jumps to Fox, it's going to have to be. But I think people will float like Rey Mysterio showing up on Raw and Samoa Joe for Angle. I think they're starting to meld that a little bit more than ever before. And I think that the idea will be, if I'm reading the tarot cards correctly, I think they're trying to bring the titles together, unify them, have one unified women's championship that will be on both brands, just as the tag team title. That's at least how they are framing it.
That is a terrible idea if they do that. They have too many people to do that, and I don't think they're merging the rosters. I definitely think they're going to keep them separate as they head into SmackDown on Fox. So I don't think they're unifying the titles. So I just think it's a weird decision. I really thought they were just going to put both titles on the line in 2 separate pinfalls, like at WrestleMania 2000. So that way you could have Charlotte retain, and then Becky wins the Raw title, or vice versa. Somehow Ronda Rousey just never gets pinned. Charlotte and Becky are pinning each other for those titles, and Ronda now has a case for when she leaves to come back and I want my title back. I honestly, people might get nervous. I could see Ronda Rousey winning.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, yes. Should Becky win this? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't write off that fucking Charlotte could still win. I don't write off. That's one thing with this main event. This is historic, and this is going to be something huge. So, of course, I could see Ronda Rousey, especially if Ronda Rousey's like, hey, I'm swerving all these fucking jabrobies. I'm not going fucking anywhere, dude. I'm fucking sticking around, and I'm wearing both fucking championships, and I'm going to do what the fuck I want.
Mm-hmm.
I could totally see that. To me, I feel like the right call has always been give it to Becky and move forward. And to me, when I saw the everything's on the line, I just feel like it's a unification. I feel like we're going to get a unification of titles.
I don't think so.
Listen, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I firmly, in my heart of hearts, believe it's wrong because 2 separate championships, just like the Universal Championship, WWE Championship, you now have 2 world title scenes equal to each other. I view the WWE Championship and Universal Championship scenes on the same level. As much as the titles are not equal, the championship scenes are equal. And as much as it's been piss poor with poor Asuka getting fucking J-robed out, I think the idea is that those championship scenes are level. And if you do that, you have not only do you have 2 champions, you have 2 lines of contenders.
Right. That's what I was saying to Mike last week as we were trying to decipher the reason that they would have Charlotte beat Asuka a week before WrestleMania for the SmackDown title. I was like, well, my thinking is they want to make sure that both of the women's titles are on equal playing field. Because when you have the Raw one in the main event and the SmackDown one maybe is defended in a battle royal on the pre-show, it kind of looks like shit. So when you have both titles on the line, it's going to elevate both titles. But now that they put that stipulation, winner takes all, and Ronda Rousey just today was trolling people about those exit rumors. I don't know if you saw, Donnie. Yeah. But he's like, you really think I'm leaving? I'm going to go play the fucking saxophone or whatever. Now, it's April Fool's, so she could definitely be fucking with us, of course. But I could see her walking out with the championship at this point because of that stipulation. I'm definitely going to pick Becky to win on Ring of Rust Radio this week because that's the obvious choice. That's who should be winning, like you said. It's been her journey. But with that type of stipulation and Ronda Rousey's undefeated, I could definitely see her walking out at this point.
Yeah, but it's exciting for it to main event. It's exciting for what they're doing. I agree with the idea of putting it on the same platform and stuff like that. I just feel like with the women's tag team championships being unified, I could see it just being, you know what I mean? Like it's just they're going to ride that into the next, the next couple months.
The tag team is much different than having a singles championship, though. I definitely think you need to have each brand have their own main women's title. I give them credit, though. We've all been saying Becky Lynch is going to win. With this stipulation now, there's some doubt for me.
Yeah, I think I honestly believe there's always been some doubt. I don't think there was ever a doubt for me that it would not main event. I always felt like it would main event.
I agree.
And with that said, I think that over the last several weeks, it's late. I felt like Becky has dropped down a bit with the Kofi stuff, and like the momentum is not quite there because they've kind of cooled her. It's the Dean Ambrose thing. It's like, she's so hot, we can just focus on other stuff, and we don't even really have to worry about her. She can kind of like carry this over. It's like you have to keep building, and it just feels like they shifted into neutral when they should have put it in overdrive.
Well, you've been off of Ring Rust Radio for a couple of weeks. I've been saying that Ronda Rousey has stolen her shine. Her heel turn took the momentum away from Becky and put it on herself. Ronda Rousey's been crushing
some of that too, though.
Say again?
I think WWE's taken the focus was on Becky always, the Rumble and the way everything was set on, and honestly, Ronda Rousey was like an afterthought almost in a lot of ways. And I think WWE realized like, we shouldn't be making Ronda Rousey a fucking afterthought. We're gonna do this. Let's do the heel turn. By doing that, by putting so much focus on her, they backburnered Becky Lynch like they always do with Ambrose, like I said. And like they're like, oh, you're hot, you'll stay hot. Don't worry about it. We'll move forward. And it's just like, you know that's not what it's gonna be.
Yeah. So let's get into something else we don't know what's gonna be. Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins, Universal Championship. They brawl after Stephanie's promo, and Rollins stands tall after this. He hits him with a chair, right? And then he gets the upper hand. Now, I've been saying for a while now that of all these three championships that are going to be on the line, the other being Kofi and Daniel Bryan, I see Seth Rollins losing and Brock Lesnar retaining. I'm convinced now more than ever that Brock Lesnar is winning this match. And he's going to have, on over all three members of the Shield, he's beaten all three of them at WrestleMania.
Okay, so when you just said that, I immediately thought of the following year, Roman beating him just because they got to coronate him again. But then I thought, what?
What, next year?
36 in Tampa, dude.
Yeah, baby.
The Rock comes back. Okay, I'm going to book it for you, too. It's Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. The Rock comes back, attacks Brock. Right? Thumb Wars. I got him. Rock comes back, attacks Brock, sets up their match that they'll have because they've still been teasing that match between Brock and Brock.
37?
37, yeah.
The year long.
Hey, listen, you got to do it, man. You got to fucking do it.
I like it.
And then Roman's coronated as champion. He holds his hand. Everybody's excited because now is the time to do it, right?
If there's ever a time,
if there's ever a time to do it for a seventh time, seventh coronation.
So, what do you think? Do you think Lesnar goes over here?
One, I think that Seth Rollins is not the best babyface. I thought this was a solid promo, but he's not. This just isn't working for me. The Beast Slayer whole deal, I get it. The match will be good, and I'm excited as shit for the match. But like him being out for weeks on end, and like there really wasn't much build to this match. I mean, I may have missed it as I fast forwarded through fucking Raw over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's anything.
I know. I saw a couple videos, but I saw Heyman several times. But there really was not a lot of meat on this bone in terms of something to get excited about. It was like, hey, you want Rollins against Lesnar? You're going to get him. And then it was weeks of nothing. Seth Rollins comes out and says, all the fans are behind me. Paul Heyman says, oh, that's dumb. I don't care. Fucking Lesnar will beat the shit out of all these people, too. We get this pull apart, or we get this brawl. Rollins stands tall. I know that we always say the guy who stands tall is the guy who fucking takes the loss. But to me, I feel like they're just throwing you off on this one. I think that they think it might be too obvious that Rollins is going to be the one. He literally is wearing a shirt that says Beast Slayer on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's because that's what they're going. I think they're starting it now, and it's going to carry past WrestleMania and into the new year.
They also created a shirt for AJ and Jericho that lasted a week.
Yeah, but it was
with any stock in their t-shirts. They make shirts like George Prince.
Yeah, that is true. That is really true.
So yeah, I'm picking Brock Lesnar in this one. Little spoiler for Ring Rust Rio this week. I've been saying for a while that I think that's what, because he's like the new enforcer of WrestleMania. The guy barely ever loses at WrestleMania. I don't think he lost at WrestleMania since 31, and I don't even think Seth Rollins pinned him in that match.
I will say this. Ring Rust Radio has needed me back desperately, and I'm excited to come back at the. I put you guys over 2 weeks, and now I'm bringing it back for the most important week of the year. They said, you know what? They keep going like this, bringing them in. I'm in the bullpen. I'm the closer. I'm the Mariano Rivera.
Whoa!
Ring Rust Radio, baby. Woo!
I fucking hate you.
Yeah, baby.
I heard though that you're gonna take off on Wednesday and just to prepare yourself for the live show on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern for $5 and up patrons.
Yeah, that's a good plug. I appreciate that.
Right here on Get Vocal, Donnie. We're going to be doing like live giveaways, trivia. You have trivia planned.
I do have trivia planned. It's going to be fine. So I do. Me and Nathan did the Smarks comments. We got 10 minutes worth of Smarks comments. We're going to have a Q&A session. We're giving prizes away. I heard, through the grapevine.
Yeah.
There will be a few special guest appearances. Yeah, I'm just saying. But yeah.
I'll tell you what, Cinnamon will be around.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. That's not who I was inferring, but definitely welcome. She's definitely more welcome than Mike Chiari is. She's more of a fucking Get Vocal veteran as well. But guys, listen, thank you so much for listening to us on Get Vocal. We appreciate you coming here every Monday. And we're going to do Monday after WrestleMania because we're going to do it in the middle of WrestleMania, but it'd be too hard. We kind of half-ass it. We're going to do it at the end of WrestleMania, but I don't want to be up till 3 in the morning. So I think that what we're going to do is we're just going to wait till the Raw after WrestleMania, which is going to be batshit crazy anyway. When is the draft? It's the following week?
I don't think they announced an official date. I think the rumor is
they did before. I think they said it was April like 11th or something like that. But I think that's the one. I think that was 15th. I remember they announced it because I wrote about it. But whatever. Okay. But yeah, please Thursday, please come watch our live show. If you're a Patreon supporter, $5 and up. It's me, Mike Chiari, Brandon Galvin. We have basically the live show that we would do in New Orleans and in Orlando, the last 2 WrestleManias, we would have done in New York City if it wasn't for my baby. But guys, my kids or whatever. So we decided to do it virtually.
Whatever.
So we decided to do it virtually. So we're going to do it through Get Vocal. We're going to do Mad Libs. We're going to do all kinds of really fun segments. It's basically going to be like a fun-ass version of Ring Rust Radio, the entire show, but here via video. So it's going to be a good way for us to interact. We're going to have people messaging. We're going to have people jumping in and talking to us. We're going to give prizes away. I'm very excited about it. BG, tell the fans about where we are, what we're doing, and how they get involved.
Donnie, we are Ring Rust Radio. Our co-host, Mike Chiari, refuses to do Get Vocal unless it's a live show, which is taking place this Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time right here on Get Vocal. And, of course, if you can't make it live, we'll have it up on demand, patreon.com/ringrustradio. And that's where you can come next week to participate in Smark Say the Darndest Things for WrestleMania weekend. There is no better time to do Smarks than after WrestleMania when everyone is losing their fucking minds. And of course, after that, Donnie, we haven't set an official date, but season 22 of WWE Fantasy at Ring Rust Radio, there's a lot of things coming up. We are also going to be doing a little meet and greet in NYC before the Ring of Honor New Japan G1 show. Me and your boy Jimmy are going to be meeting up. And so the details for that are on Patreon. And of course,
Jimmy is a good man. He will take good care of you.
Very excited. And Leon,
take good care of him because he's a Philadelphia boy, and we don't care one little bit about New York City. So take care of him as well.
Well, that's not nice. And but this Wednesday, we are going to be doing our WrestleMania Go Home prediction show for the entire weekend, not just WrestleMania, but NXT, that entire takeover card, the G1 Supercard, Impact Wrestling. We're going head to head, Donnie, with Impact Wrestling on Thursday night. You still didn't get us our codes to watch. I'm upset with you. Rob Van Dam and Sabu. Dream match. They're in tag team.
You're gonna watch it the following day when I give you the link.
All right.
Just relax. All right.
But yeah, it's gonna be a wild week of wrestling and Ring Rust Radio. And don't forget, you can sign up at patreon.com/ringrustradio for $1 or more. You can vote on our Patreon poll, determine what has been the very best WrestleMania of all time. We're going to read the results and the best comments on air this Wednesday. And Donnie, that is it. We are out of here.
Yes. Also, please, if you're on the computer, obviously, look at you. Okay, if you're on the interwebs these days, my grandfather just like channeled me. The goddamn internets. Got a bunch of Bleacher Report articles coming out this week, so please support us. I know Mike Yari's gonna have an ass ton as well. So please go out there, support us. We're going to be writing a ton. We're going to be working a ton. I'm part of an expert panel for Bleacher Report predicting WrestleMania, representing Bleacher Report. I know you're proud of me. I know they made the right choice asking for me to be an expert. But guys, listen, thank you so much for listening. God bless America. We'll see you back here Monday after WrestleMania. We got so much going on. Please support us. Mwah, mwah. I'm still trying to hit X out.